What's going on? This your dog, Art Man. Art Man, great. And we're back with another boxing conversations. I know it's been a little minute. I'm usually more consistent than this, but I got a lot of shit going on because I do have a life outside of social media, unlike some of these people on the net who do this shit full time. But anyways, I'm here today. It's some shit I want to talk about because, man, all my time off from social media on live or whatever, I've been watching a couple fights. And one of the fights I've been watching back to back is Javante versus Lamont Roach. It's just such a good fight, dog. And not even on no hating shit. It's not my favorite fight because Javante Davis looked questionable. Nah, it's one of my favorite fights because I've seen high level skill, man. I've never seen somebody I've never seen somebody be able to counter Javante and take his best punches and throw some fire shit back at him. So yeah, I enjoyed that fight. But you know who didn't enjoy that fight? Some of the diehard Tank fans, man. They're on the timeline. They're on the timeline crying every day. And they are threatening Roach, mad at Roach. And it's just funny, dog. It's because these fans are low key in panic mode. They want to act all tough and you all this tough shit, nigga. Nah, fuck that. You guys are nervous, man, and I can see right through it. It's nervous energy. Shout out to my dude Steven X. Peace, salute, blessings to you, man. Peace be unto you, my young brother. Said, hey, he said, hey man, what we all? These guys are really scared, and I'm gonna say it. Tank fans are really scared, dog. They want to play all this, yeah. Tank's the King Von of boxing shit and all this. He gonna slide on motherfucking Roach shit. All that sounds cool, but they watching Roach. They're eyeing him. They see what he's doing in the training camp, and then they're looking at Javante, and they see Javante out on social media saying stupid shit, and they know what I'm talking about. His fans know what I'm talking about. They're low key in panic mode right now because their man has to perform. To be honest, the pressure is not on Roach. The pressure is not on Roach at all. The pressure is on Javante Tank Davis, man, the brother with the chrome hearts, the painting nails, and the cheetah draws that y'all like. Oh yeah, and the intricate braids. That's the man who has to be worried and concerned. Niggas gotta be concerned because Tank out here talking some goofy shit on the net, posting and deleting and posting, deleting, just back and forth bullshit. Roach will post some shit, man. I'm having a good time with the fam, you know what I'm saying, getting ready for this rematch. And then here Tank come. Nah, fuck that nigga. Remember that house on Greenleaf, nigga? I got them hitters. They gonna pull up on you. I got them hitters. And them hitters, he talking about some same niggas on Twitter. The same niggas on Twitter talking about some, yeah, you're 15 minutes are up. That must be the hitters that he talking about, because this nigga talking some bullshit. How you gonna try to get Roach clipped and say you want to fight him in a rematch or redeem yourself? Nah, nigga, it don't work that way. Said why he say there's no press conference, nigga? Because all that shit's dead, bro. That bully shit, that shit is dead. You're not bullying nobody, dog. Sit your ass down. Sit your little ass down, nigga. You ain't no fucking bully, nigga. Bullies getting bullied out here, nigga. Roach bullied the bully, nigga. So all his little tactics of him checking niggas and posturing with niggas and pushing them and shit like that, all that shit's dead. It's super dead. So that nigga like, nah, I might not even show up to the press conference. I'm gonna pull some. I'm the biggest star, so I won't have to show up. Nah, nigga, fuck that. You don't know what because look, I'm trying to tell people. Yeah, he showed up to the post conference or whatever the night of the fight, and he said his little bullshit. Oh, I got my hair 2 days ago and all that bullshit. Nigga, it's different where you actually had time to sit back and, and watch the film, see what happened, and analyze that shit, and then speak on it months later. It's different. That's why I said I cannot wait until the press conference. I cannot wait to the interviews. I want to hear these guys ask Tank real questions. So how do you feel about you taking a knee, man, and how that's perceived? How do you feel going into this rematch? Where's your head at? Because them questions, man, and them answers we gonna get, it's gonna determine where niggas is gonna put their money on. Straight up, straight up. Because Tank is a hell of a fighter. But when this ain't right, when this up here ain't right, nigga, the body not gonna match. So I want to hear how he sounded, man. And right now, from this information I'm seeing online, the shit that he's posted, and niggas can say trolling all you want, that shit looks and sounds crazy. Sounds like a nigga that's spiraling. Sound like a nigga that's losing his confidence. It sounds like a nigga that's trying to press his opponent, but his opponent's not being pressed. He got the pressure. Nigga, he ain't getting pressed. Said nigga gonna perform. He said, man, we gonna talk about girl Bill crashing. We gonna get to that too. We gonna get to that. We gonna definitely get to that. We gonna talk about it all. It's almost July. He ain't announced shit. What these niggas on, man? What these niggas on? Said Downroad Sprout. Yeah, where's the announcement? I thought the fight was to be August 16th. It sounds like they might be trying to push this shit back. They might be trying to push this shit back. He said, what did Bill say? Bill was just saying some wild shit to fucking to Brian Norman Sr. He was saying some wild shit. He sounded like he was a little bit off his rocker right there. It looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we had to call him out for it, say, you a little out of pocket. Yeah, a little pocket. Said they're not announcing that shit. Man, Roach just knows he's training for a rematch, man. I feel like they're trying. All this shit could be coordinated, bro. Sometimes they'll tell a nigga, oh, the fight's not 3 months down the line. It's 3 months down the line, so you'll take it easy on the training camp at first. And then turn around and say, boom, the world fight's in 6 weeks. What you gonna do? And you thinking, damn, what the fuck? I thought niggas said the fight's gonna be in September. Now you talking about it's gonna be in 6 weeks. Sometimes they do shit like that to boxers to throw niggas off, right? They might be trying to prolong and figure out what would be their next plan if Tank loses this fight. Leonard, Leonard, Leonard Ellaby, all them folks, they can say whatever, bro, on the net. But deep down inside, not even deep down, behind closed doors, them niggas was worried, bro. Nigga, when it comes to Leonard Ellaby, to whoever takes handlers, nigga, at PBC, them niggas is worried, bro. Reason why they ain't just jump and make that fight on Juneteenth. Y'all know we were supposed to see Tank versus Roach on Juneteenth weekend, but we didn't get that. We didn't get that because they know that man not ready. These niggas is worried behind closed doors, man, that this guy might not be together. And Bill's tripping, but he got to handle that between him and Norman Sr. Yeah. I heard they hashed it out. I heard they hashed it out. Niggas, niggas be tempers. They be going, they be flaring a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's probably on that lick. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. So Roach said he headed to journey. Yeah, I watched Roach video. Matter of fact, let's play that shit. He said some real shit in the beginning of that clip. He been saying a lot of real shit lately. But the Tank fans, man, they been grilling him in the comment section. He called this shit the draw tour. He speaks on the draw. And YouTube, this for fair use only.
Where I'm supposed to be, and we running it back for a reason.
We running it back.
Come on now. Man, they not gonna let their baby. It is what it is. I'm here where I'm supposed to be, and we running it back for a reason. Come on now. Man, they not gonna let their baby boy lose like that. They cash cow lose like that. They ain't gonna let them go out like that. So I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no choice but to work hard. Like the politics gonna always politic. Boxing always been like that.
That man talking this shit. He said, man, that little cash cow, they little baby boy, they know they couldn't let him lose like that. You know what I'm saying? Lose a little decision like that. Nah, not that cash cow. Nah, so they gonna prolong it. They gonna push it back. They gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to do something. And that's what they're doing, man. He's speaking facts, though. It's like, in boxing, man, when you're the B side, bro, you gotta just know, nigga. You gotta knock this nigga out, man. If you fighting cash cow, you gotta beat dude ass. You either knock him out or you beat dude ass all the way, because they ain't gonna give it to you, bro. Yeah, they ain't give it to him. They ain't give it to him. They ain't give it to him. When I was watching that fight live, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I knew they wasn't gonna give it to his ass. I knew they wasn't gonna give it to his ass, bro. I knew they wasn't gonna give it to him, man, because it was just too competitive, and Tank was not winning those exchanges. So it's like, and I was thinking to myself, it makes for a good rematch. But Tank told him in the ring, they ain't giving it to him, and he know that because we all know this. Take the A side. Shout out to my dude, Big Soldier Mix. Said Tank was mad about this podcast. Yeah, Tank was mad about Roach's video, because Roach talking his shit. Bro, what's so crazy is Tank fans was definitely talking about, oh, Turkey out here fixing fights and all this shit, because the Hamza Shiraz fight and Shakur Stevenson fight was just before. And man, I'm telling you, man, boxing is a crazy sport, man. That's why you just got to be humble a little bit, because boxing fans, Tank fans, they was talking so much shit about Shakur Stevenson beating Padley. He knocked out Padley, the guy that they said was an underdog against Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, he knocked him out. But after that, niggas was talking about, Shakur, his performance was terrible and all that. Tank fans talking about how terrible the performance was and all that shit, even though he won by knockout. Man, and they talking about Turkey and say, oh, Turkey's robbing people because his fighter Shiraz should have really lost, which is true. But then going to the Tank fight where he has a mid performance, and on top of that, it's a corrupt performance, because man, it was corrupt. We all seen that shit. It was a knockdown. It was a knockdown. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. That shit was a knockdown, bro. On some real shit, he lost that fight. He lost the fight. But it don't make me look at Tank as a terrible fighter. It doesn't make me look at him, as a nigga, you got exposed. No, it just exposed that Roach was a better fighter than I thought. And Tank, that shit, with you waiting on a counter, waiting for niggas to make a mistake, that shit caught up to you. Roach won that shit 8-4. Roach really won that shit 9-3, if you ask me. But hey, 8-4, I ain't mad. But he really won that shit 9-3, in my opinion. But I'm not a judge. I don't get paid to score fights. You know what I'm saying? So don't take my word as law. But man, not even just that 9th round, that 10th round. Like I said, I literally just watched that fight again. So go watch that 10th round. Oh my God. Like, man, Tank tried to turn the pressure up on it. And Roach was like, nigga, what? Tank tried to throw body shots to Roach. Roach said, left, right back at him. Oh, man. Some good shit, man. So, all right, what's your thoughts on Handy versus Norman Fallout? Man, look, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. When they started talking about that fight happening, I already knew that fight was not gonna be next. Haney's in a good position. Norman is in a good position. They can marinate that fight, and I get it. We hate marinating, but really think about it. Really think about it. Manny Pacquiao is fighting Barrios. Devin Haney's the mandatory. What's his name? Brian Norman. He just beat a top contender by knockout. He most likely ended that nigga's career, right? He's becoming a rising name. Don't kill why kill that shit right now? Why kill it? And I get it. Him fighting Devin Haney, he could win that fight. He could possibly win that fight. But Top Rank already know. Top Rank already know. They already know. Hey, slow down, Norman. We brought this guy Haney in before to fight some of our guys, and guess what? He beat these niggas by decision and left with the fucking belt. So, nigga, we trying to broker new deals and shit right now. And you're a rising star. You got to highlight a real knockout. Let's pump the brakes on that. We can make that shit happen probably towards next year. But for right now, we're gonna keep this Norman train going because he doing good with that Jinsaki knockout. He just needs to follow up with another fight, and I don't think it's that Devin Haney fight because, like his father, like Norman's father said, yeah, they can win the fight, but Devin Haney is not a guy that you can look good against. Even the nigga on pads didn't look good against him because he damn near lost the fight. The only fucking rounds he won is when he was knocking him down in. So it's like, yeah, it's true. You can arguably lose the fight. You could lose the fight. And then what's gonna happen? Oh, your guy Norman that you just brought up and got him that fucking We Bob what Bob ordered belt, which is the WBO belt. He fucking gets the shit took by this young nigga. Now what? Where do we go from here? So yeah, I feel like that fight is something that's down the line. I don't like the little fallout with Bill and Norma Senior. I don't like when two black men going at it when they talking about niggas' mamas and all that shit. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? We keep the fam out of this. We keep the fam out of this. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to boxing, you can joke on the boxer all day, but I don't want to hear about niggas' wives or shit like that. Like I remember, it reminds me of like the Errol Spence Crawford days. Niggas was arguing about Spencer Crawford. Niggas start getting real disrespectful. Start talking about what Bud's wife. Talking about, oh, well, Bud's wife is fat and all this type of shit. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't like that type of shit because it's like, nigga, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I thought we talking about boxing here. I started getting on my Tim Bradley shit. Them talk about boxing. I don't care about none of that. Talk about boxing. Norbert just said it's still on. Yeah. Feel like Bill don't want it. All right, my bad. He said Bill talking himself. No, the fight's still on. That the fight is on, but y'all should have known that fight is not next. It's not next. That type of fight, nah, it's not next. Hell no. And niggas is gonna use this as, oh, you see Bill talking a lot of shit. This is why I don't like Bill. You see, I've been trying to tell niggas this is why I don't like Bill because Bill he talked about this fight and it's not happening. That's the type of shit niggas is on today. Oh my god, I can't believe Bill was talking about this fight and it didn't happen. I knew this shit wasn't gonna happen next. But I feel like we should just chill, y'all. Y'all should chill. I feel like this is the type of fight that could happen. That type of fight can be like undisputed. Let fucking Devin Haney fight the winner of Barrios versus Pac, and fucking Norman fights whoever's gonna get this fucking belt, this other belt, this IBF belt, or whatever, in a unification. Or he can fight Rolly in a unification, or Dev can fight fucking Rolly. It don't even matter, bro. You can make Dev versus Norman for undisputed in 2026. Nigga, that would be a hell of a fucking fight. Straight up. So Bill is talking reason why fight is even gonna happen. Yeah, the reason why the fight's even being talked about is because Bill's talking. He's promoting, getting niggas hyped up around this shit. Now all of a sudden, niggas is team fucking Norman. Man, shout out to my bro D Hive, man, because he said it on Twitter. He said, look, and it's kind of fucked up because I like Norman. I like Norman, I really do. But he gotta understand that some of the support that he's been gonna be getting is gonna come from a lot of fake. It's gonna be rooted in a lot of fakeness, not no real shit. It's gonna be rooted in a lot of fake shit. He said, "Let's be patient. It'll happen one day." That's what I'm saying. I'm not on her stressing and shit like that. Oh, he ducked this and this nigga ducked that. Nah, I ain't with all that shit. I ain't gonna say all that because I know that's a fight that's could potentially happen within the next year. Said niggas just found out about. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all gotta get off this fake ass support, bro. You niggas just now start fucking following Norman, and I'm keeping 1,000. I just now started following Norman too. But from what I've seen, I like the kid. I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence gave him the stamp about a while ago. So yeah, you know. But yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But niggas gotta get off this fake ass. Oh well, I'm rocking with him heavy over Haney because Haney can't take a punch. Haney gonna get knocked out. You see, Norman got skills because in that Jinsaki fight. Okay, name 5 Norman fights. Um, Norman versus Santiago. Norman versus Jinsaki. Um, um, yeah, nigga. It's gonna be because they don't know fucking Norman like that, nigga. They only know they can only name fucking Norman versus Jinsaki and Norman versus fucking Santillo, whatever his name is. Santillo or whatever the fuck his name is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Santillo. Niggas can't name 5. Yeah, Steven, y'all know you know what I'm talking about, man. These niggas can't even name 5 Norman fights, but want to be in the chat talking about some more. Yeah, Norman. See, Norman got a good left hook, and he got a good right hook, and Devin can't take a left hook. You see, Devin, he got a glass chin, and Devin ain't never did shit, bro. These niggas be acting like Devin is behind these niggas, like when it comes to accolades and like accomplishments in the skills department. These niggas be acting like Dev's behind. I'm like, hold on. Gotta understand, like, hold on. These niggas' goals is to do what Devin has already did years ago. Literally, niggas' goals is to crack over $3 million in a pay, nigga, in a payday, and and collect every belt that there is in their fucking weight class. That's niggas' goals. There's, bro. Let me put it in perspective. These niggas, these boxing fans, they don't understand. Boxers want to do the shit that Devin already did. So why are you trying to put this nigga in last place compared to new niggas? Like, what are we talking about? I rock with Norman, but you niggas can't even name 5 Norman fucking fights. And you talking about what this nigga can do and what this nigga Devin already solidified, nigga. You niggas is just saying this nigga duck boots. Now all of a sudden your niggas is diehard team Norman fans and fuck Bill Haney and y'all Norman senior fans. Nigga, fuck out of here. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Yeah, Bill was out of pocket. He definitely out of pocket. And he definitely should have apologized for that shit. Definitely. But still, I don't want to hear no, oh, well, this is why I hate Bill. And Bill, they niggas just ducking. I don't want to hear all that bullshit because at the end of the day, you niggas just now heard about Norman. And this fight is something that can build up for towards the fucking end of the year or middle of next year. Let Dev get a fucking Manny Pacquiao Barrio scalp and let motherfucking Norman collect a belt unification. And then the niggas can unify. Like, what we talking about here? You want this nigga Norman to lose his belt in a title defense? So what they can say, oh, he green. Well, if you really think about it, Norman ain't really fight with nobody. I mean, he only fought with Jensen Kasi and Santilio. And then if you really compare Jin Kasaki and Santilio, Devin really better. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will start saying, well, Norman was really green. He was really green. And I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. So no, let it build up. But one thing I like though, look at the names that Devin Haney is being aligned with. Meanwhile, some of you niggas' favorite fighters right now, not even fighting niggas like that, or getting stuck in a situation where they gotta get up a nigga a rematch that didn't even really deserve to fight. Man, I love this boxer shit though. I really do. Because it's very interesting. I love the moment, but I do understand. We got some new guys coming out. We got what's his name? Shakur Stevenson's cousin. You got motherfucking Carmel Bolton. Man, I was just look. I was just watching. I was just watching some dude, some amateurs, some light skinned dude with some braids. His little amateur fight. Man, I don't know what weight class he was. I was just randomly watching shit. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Some light skinned dude. He was wearing blue. And he was fighting the amateurs. Man, this nigga was working. I'm like, yo, who is this nigga here? That shit made me really happy. Like, I got super happy watching this dude. I didn't even get to look at his name. I was just happy. Yeah, Marcus Luther. Marcus Luther. I was thinking to myself, like, yo, we about to have some real life, like, some good folks coming down the pipe. Nigga, eventually, like, so Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Tank, all these niggas, eventually they gonna be the OGs in the game, and these new niggas gonna come in, bro. I love this boxing shit, bro. And Art Man Apparel, we always gonna be here, man. We always gonna be here. Art Man Apparel, definitely. We always gonna be here, painting the new boxers, painting the best moments in boxing. But yeah, I gotta check out that Marcus Luther kid. That nigga was going crazy. He hit a nigga with a double jab. He said, wow, wow. Nigga ducked his head. He picked that shit back up with a right hook. I said, oh, shit. Hell yeah. He might as well say, fuck that amateur. Join the pros, nigga. You'll whoop some of these niggas doing that shit. Doing that shit right there. You'll whoop a lot of these niggas right now in the pros. Just doing that. Having a decent jab. Fucking around and win a belt. See, Devin Haney won a belt with a jab, nigga. I mean, won a undisputed with a jab. Hell yeah. I'm fucking hyped about the future when it comes to this boxing shit. And Moten. But when niggas posted that clip of Moten and Moses going at each other, I was just like, we could be hyped, but damn, we ain't gonna see that shit till like 2031. That's why I want Marcus Luther to turn into a pro right now. Fuck it. I'm trying to see that nigga fight. Put him in there. Fuck it. Don't be like Lomachenko. How you retire with like 15 fights? Like, what the fuck? It's just weird. So you mean to tell me that nigga you fought in the amateurs about 300 times and then in the fights that matter, nigga, you only have 15, 16 of them shits? What the fuck? That's crazy. I don't know. Spend like it kind of looked like he spent too much time being an amateur. He's probably abusing them people, them kids. So I remember an old interview Bill did. He said he used to make Dev spar only using the jab and head movement. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I see some. I see some fighters taking the Bill Haney route and going to Mexico, taking their fighters to Mexico early. Go ahead, get you some scraps in and get these motherfucking Mexicans at the bar. If you could make it here, you can make it anywhere else. Straight up. You could if you could make it against a pressure fighter in Mexico, and you know that nigga, they probably ain't no drug testing either. Them niggas probably coming on all types of shit. A fresh clenbuterol steak, washing it down with some fucking phentermine tea, nigga, and went in there. You never know. So if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. You see the UK boxers. Maybe the UK boxers need to do that shit. They need to come to fucking Mexico. Maybe the UK boxers need to come to Mexico and have these guys learn to fight the Mexican style because boy, oh boy, that last fight between that Mexican and that UK nigga from the UK, Lord, they had my dude from fucking the UK, my guy Eli. He said, "Man, please, can you stop matching our British fighters up with Mexicans? Please, we need a fucking public service announcement. Stop fucking matching United Kingdom fighters against Mexicans, man." But you see, that's the type of shit Dev was fighting early in his career. Niggas gonna say, "Well, look at Dev, who he fought early in his career. Who the fuck was he fighting?" Yeah, niggas was fighting. Niggas was fighting. Say, yo, what's up, Art? Can't wait to get my next shirt. We need more big fights. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. I'm and speaking of shirts, man, we back live next week. I've been taking a break from like the whole art business and everything. Not really like a break, but like just trying to get everything right, get everything situated. I still got to fix my site. I still got to motherfucking ship out all these orders. The art man is a motherfucking busy fucking guy. And I've been enjoying the fruits of my labor, you know what I'm saying? I just bought me a new truck, you know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Handling business, you know. But shout out to my people who support artmanapparel.com. You know what I'm saying? Artman, the great. Shout out to you guys for watching my show and all this shit on YouTube and liking and all that shit. You guys don't have to be here, but you guys are here supporting. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little check from Google. So shout out to you guys for being here. Said, Art, you think Devin beats Brian? Yeah. At first, this is what I was thinking. This was my thought process going into the fight. Stop saying this shit. My thought process going into the fight was Brian Norman is the bigger, stronger welterweight, more established. So of course you have to lean towards him to win this fight. But then after watching more film on Brian Norman and just looking at Brian Norman and looking at the competition and seeing things for what it is, I'm like, okay, yeah, he got that FBA power. He can knock a nigga out for sure. But if Devin is anything like how he was before in the past, like the Linares fight, the motherfucking Loma fight, the Regis fight, the JoJo Diaz fight, Norman's gonna get schooled. He's gonna get schooled, and niggas gonna be upset when the judges say, "Hey, well, the guy that you guys said is chinny and can't take a punch, this guy survived a couple punches, and we're looking at our scorecards and we're looking at the punches landed and who dictated the pace. It was Devin Haney, and he won. And niggas gonna be looking sad. So I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney beats this guy. If I'm a betting man, I'm betting on Devin Haney because yeah, Norman is the established welterweight, but Devin Haney, like Norman Father explained, he's somebody that will be hard to look good against, and that's low key code for my guy may not be able to hit this guy because if I can't land that bomb, and he lands his punches, my guy's gonna look like a fool out here. You ever seen a nigga so down on the cards, even if he knocked a nigga down late in the fight, he still wouldn't even win, even if you hurt the guy? That's what happened in the Linares fight. And that type of shit could happen in this fight where, yeah, Dev can be winning the whole entire fight and then get caught with some shit. You know, start clinching for the rest of the fight. Next thing you know, it's over. Dev won. He don't got to give you a rematch. It's over. That nigga's going to be tight as fuck. Oh, well, you see, if you see this clip, Dev really don't want that rematch. You'll say it'll be shit like that. Shit like that. But I love this boxing shit because you never really know till you know. Dev can go in there and get fucking knocked out in round one. That shit can happen. Or Brian Norman can go in there and get totally outclassed and not land a punch. That can happen as well. Say, yeah, I do think Norman needed KO to be Haney. Haney's smart enough not to get KO'd. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we shouldn't be looking at Haney like he's the inexperienced fighter who doesn't know what he's doing. We should actually be looking at Brian Norman as this will actually be a huge step. Look, this one, and this is what I'm trying to tell people because if you start putting their logic, using it on them, they're going to look so crazy. You don't view Brian Norman as a better fighter than Lomachenko. Not at all. So Devin fighting Norman, that's not a step up in competition, really. It's a step up because he's fighting, in a higher weight class, welterweight. This is the second fight at welterweight. But technically, this is not a step up in competition. Norman fighting Haney, on the other hand, that is a huge, huge step up in competition. You see when I put in perspective, but now they're like, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. See, Devin Haney, he just doesn't. He's just, he's chinny and all that. Even though he's never been knocked out or whatever, or dropped by somebody who wasn't on a performance enhancing drugs that make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? They saying, oh, he's chinny. He can't take a punch and all this shit. Said Norman is stepping up too soon, like Kid Austin. Yeah, that's a step up too soon for Norman. But niggas is not, they ain't trying to hear that shit. Because look, Dev had the type of boxing brain where he could literally do the same shit he just did in the fucking Ramirez fight. And y'all could be like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like the way he performed. But he'll still fuck around and win. And then what can you say? Oh, I don't like it. So what? So what if you don't like it? He's gonna win. He won. So if that happens, then what? Niggas gonna be looking so sick. They're gonna be looking crazy. Devin has the ability to jab this nigga and literally clinch him. And Norman will be looking crazy. We just seen Norman get dropped with fucking straight right hands down the pipe. Go back and watch that Haney versus Ramirez fight. Call me crazy all you want, but go back and watch that fight. Every time Devin Haney did land a punch on Ramirez in them exchanges, Ramirez looked like, oh shit, that shit affected his ass. He knew what the fuck is up. He didn't just try to go blow for blow with Devin Haney. He didn't. He knew what the fuck was going on. And they can deny it all they want. Somebody got checked up by the EMT after. And it wasn't Devin. Said Dev footwork and jab gonna be the difference because Norbert got popped, but Devin gonna see those big bomb type shits coming all night. Brian will have to land some sharp shit he don't see coming. Exactly. And you know what Devin knows how to do too? He knows how to nullify niggas' best weapons. That's why niggas get mad. Oh, we gotta do the clinch count. Nah, nigga, we ain't doing no clinch count, nigga. You don't have to. Usyk showed us you don't have to accept the clinch, but they're gonna be upset when they see Norman smothering all his work and Devin Haney is fucking pulling him in so he can't get a fucking shot off. One thing about Devin sticks to the game plan outside the fucking. But that was the game plan for some reason. I don't know why they directed him to do that, but the game plan was to kind of walk down Ryan Garcia because I think they thought that Ryan Garcia couldn't fight backwards. I think they thought that Ryan Garcia couldn't fight backwards, so he was gonna try to push him and walk him down, kind of how like Floyd Mayweather did Conor McGregor. He thought he couldn't fight backwards. So like in the video games, you cruise to victory out of nowhere, you get champions round, you get clipped easy. Yeah, that type of shit can happen in boxing. Yeah, a lot of niggas is ditching people in their camp. Wilder just ditched Malik Scott. Shane not in the camp no more with Haney. Said Devin was not supposed to go through with that Ryan fight. Yeah, like I said, they always say we don't critique Devin. That's always been my critique of Devin. He shouldn't have took that fight after that nigga came in 3 pounds heavy. On top of acting crazy too. Said Art, am I crazy for believe that Tevin Farmer beat his last few opponents? Tevin Farmer. That first fight, he really had an argument in that first fight, but in that second fight, I can see why they gave it to Zepeda. But in that first fight, for sure, he definitely won that fight, in my opinion. And that Muratala, he really won that Muratala fight for real, for real. If we being honest, he definitely did win that Muratala fight. I forgot that fight even happened. That's some bullshit. Yeah. He said, he said my time Wilder ditch Malik Scott. Hey, it's so fucked up, man. I actually did an interview. I don't even do interviews for real. And one of my last videos of me doing an interview was with Malik Scott. Crazy how life played out. Straight up. But I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. When I seen Wilder training with Malik Scott, the first initial video, man, that shit was cold, man, because he was throwing that 1-2, wow, wow, 1-2, wow, wow. And that shit was perfect. He was landing that shit right down the center, right down the center. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, yeah, this is it. This is it. And then he started doing other shit. Niggas start doing body shots and rolling other punches. And I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, you know, it is what it is, man. But that's what I try to say, man. I feel like Wilder should have just did what he did best, which is throw that 1-2 down the middle. Because or 1-2 and throw a three in there. You know what I'm saying? 1-2 and throw a three in there. But disguise that 1-2, fake it with a jab, throw a jab, have a throw jab. Wilder throws a fucking like it's like he just pumps his hand out and he goes like this. He just pumps his hand out And then he goes, he just throws that shit. And it's like, nah, nigga, niggas gonna see that shit coming from a mile away, Wilder. You gotta fake a nigga out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta act like you about to throw that shit, motherfucker. Like, or if you popping that jab, stick that motherfucker out, Wilder. Right out. 1-2 down the middle. 1-2 or 1-1-2 right down the pipe. Wilder just do too much of like pawing his hand out, like pawing his jab out, and then going like this. And then when he's not throwing the punch, he's like he's leaning back like this. And I'm like, dog, you leaning back. All a nigga gotta do is fucking just extend that motherfucker over and catch your ass. He used to be a lot faster, but he's older, so them legs definitely slowed down. But Wilder said he's injury free this time, and he still got that fire. So hey, I still support Wilder. I'm gonna support him win, lose, or draw. But I'll be honest along the way. I ain't gonna be a liar. If he lose to this nigga or it looks very competitive, he needs to call it a quits because I seen this nigga fight Torres, and Torres was just that was just target practice to Torres. So if Wilder can't clip this nigga, man, my boy Wilder, you might have to call it a day. Nigga, I would hate to see Wilder get whooped on like how Mike Tyson and Holyfield and them niggas lost to niggas late in the career to niggas that we don't even know exist today. Mike Tyson got losses to niggas that we don't even know. Like where these niggas at today. Like this nigga Mike Tyson has a fucking L to Jake Paul for real in his box rec. What the fuck? This nigga has an official L to Jake Paul. Like, look at this nigga. Mike Tyson has an L to Kevin McBride. Where the fuck is Kevin McBride at? He beat Mike Tyson and he went on to have fucking L's right after that shit. He gets one W and then three L's, one W, and three more L's and retires. This is man, this shit is crazy. Said Tyson needed the money. Uh, Said Devin needed a head trainer to bring the best out of him and a corner that can give him good instructions and good game plan. Yeah. And ain't nobody trying to hear them YSL Boots videos right now. Niggas is not feeling them it videos right now. It's kind of fucked up. But I get it though. I totally understand everything Boots said in them clips. Straight up, how you know you don't want to risk your health to go in there, against a nigga like that who could punch. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be drained. You know. And plus, nigga said all the smoke at 154. Nigga, you already know that 147 Undisputed Dream was done. They knew that shit was done. So that's y'all gotta go back and watch that. If y'all ever wanna, if y'all into like pulling up old videos and all that shit, just listen to the interview that uh Boots had with motherfucking, I think it was with Sergio Mora and Chris Mannix, and they were like in some type of theater or something. And Boots is like, oh, I ain't struggling to make the weight. I got a nutrition or whatever. I ain't struggling to make the weight. I ain't struggling. Like what y'all talking about? Everybody talking about I'm struggling. I ain't struggling. And then he comes out and do this interview. Well, niggas, I'm struggling. They always trying to hear that shit, man. These boxers are so funny, bro. Just keep it 100, nigga. Like fuck, you don't feel good, man. But I just don't like how it played out like that. How he did that right before Norman gets this fucking major knockout. I can see he did announce this shit like right after the Staniosis fight. Like, all right, man, shit ain't looking good. I ain't fighting it. But nah, you do this shit like a couple days before Brian Norman gets this knockout. Nah, that shit looks crazy. It looks super crazy. And he talking about some, oh yeah, well I want Virgil. Well, nigga, we all, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I've been knowing Virgil was injured, so I ain't gonna play that old niggas, say they ducking or whatever. Virgil ducking. No, he's not ducking. He ain't ducking at all. I wouldn't expect no fucking. I wouldn't even want to hear that excuse that Virgil came back in his first fight was against Boots and his hand wasn't even fully healed. I don't want to hear that excuse, and I don't want to hear, oh well, Boots wasn't acclimated to the weight. No, I want to see Boots get a fucking fight in that super welter, and I want to see Virgil come back with a tune-up, and then the niggas fight on a big major turkey card, probably in early 2026 or late this year. That's what I want to see. You think Tevin can cause upset with Floyd? Yeah, I feel like the whole boxing world is going with. The reason why they going with Tevin for real is because if we being real, Kid Austin is inexperienced, and Tevin Farmer does have a lot of experience. Despite Tevin Farmer having all these losses on his record, he's still a game fighter, and he still has, the skills to beat a nigga that's inexperienced. And when it comes to the mental aspect, a lot of people view Kid Austin as somebody who's not mentally strong. You view a fighter who's mentally strong different from a fighter who's not. You definitely do. Like Mike Tyson in the early days, he was mentally strong because he looked like he was a fucking monster. But until he started running into some trouble, that's when niggas crack mentally. Devin gonna have he's gonna have fights if he wins a belt. The only reason why Devin was able to even get fights to begin with in the past is because he had belts. The fact that he don't got no belts now is why he don't get no fights for real. They're looking at the risk and versus reward. They definitely are blackballing right now. Think about it, niggas. Whole Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia took a whole photo together, signing the contract. Happy, oh, we hatched a fucking lawsuit aside because we're gonna fucking fight in this rematch. It's gonna do us mega numbers. Shit was a disaster, man. Ryan Garcia got his ass kicked. Now Devin, Devin was really supposed to be lining up a fight with Ryan Garcia right now. He can go either or. He's still in good position. He could do either or, man. But I'm about to get up out of here. I'm getting tired of this shit. ArtmanApparel.com, best boxing merch in the game. Peace.